1. Communication. Do you think you could increase the quality of your communication at work? What would be the first thing you would work on? Do you consider yourself a prime communicator?
Well, first, no, I don't think I am a very good communicator, but I don't think I am the worst communicator also. I think I am very average. Some principles that I consider to be extremely important to communicating is number one, listen. Learn how to listen. That's so rare nowadays. People tend to finish your sentences for you. They think they know what you're going to say next. Uh, they don't give you the space for you to expose your reflection. So try to do this. Try to really listen actively. Show people that you are a listener. I think this only would make a big difference. Another way to show people that you are listening is when they are talking to you, instead of just looking at them, write down whatever they are saying to you. They will deem you as a good listener. I promise you. But that's not it. There are other things you could be working on your communication. You could speak more clearly, enunciate and pronounce more clearly. You could work on the level of your vocabulary. I'm not talking about only your English vocabulary, your overall vocabulary. You could be clear in your messages, communicate the right amount, not too much, not too little, many things.
2. Leadership. What is one thing you could do to become a better leader? How do you plan to do it?
Well, leadership is a little more difficult. And obviously, some people have a more natural talent to it. But there are some things we could work on. The first one is be the example. So you should be the example for important things at work, especially integrity. I think you should be honest, transparent, ethical as much as you can. But you can also be an example of productivity, of punctuality, innovation, thinking outside of the box. Those are important things. You should learn to listen. Your team members will appreciate you much more if you are open to listen, open to criticism, open to ideas. As leaders, we tend to focus more on the immediate problems, and sometimes people come up with some innovative ideas that are not necessarily applicable at this point in time. But we should listen always, anyway. A good leader should be confident, especially in times of crisis. They should show people that everything is under control. They should never gossip, never, never. If you have been gossiping, you should stop right now. A good leader never gossips. They don't talk about people, they talk about ideas. They tend to understand the vision of the company. And they have a vision for themselves and for the team. A good leader makes other people feel empowered, makes other people feel strong. They make them feel part of an important team, and they make people feel as winners. They know how to delegate, they trust other people, even when it's not easy.
3. Consistency. What steps could I take to assure consistency for my routine and for the quality of my work?
Well, I think the answer here is very simple. We must be consistent. The quality of the delivery of our work must be consistent every day. So if you do something exceptional, something amazing that you cannot replicate on a daily basis, just don't do it. It's irrelevant. And it's even prejudicial to your image, because now people know that you could set the bar much higher. So be consistent. Have the same quality every day, so your superiors and your team and everyone will know what to expect from you.
4. Balance. If I can't find balance in my life, how can I discipline myself to do so? What are the most common factors that could throw me off balance?
I think that the answer to this question is in the question. It's mostly about discipline, but balance is not something easy to find. We all understand that we should balance everything we do. We should not do too much and we should not do too little. We should find a point where the balance is perfect. Finding this point, it's not so easy. It's a complicated task, It demands and requires a lot of intelligence, a lot of sensibility to realize what point you can juggle a little better. It's not an easy answer.
5. Quality when you write reports, plan, manage projects, communicate, format documents, etc. Do you think about the level of quality?
Yeah, of course. But I also think we should combine this answer with the consistency answer. Consistency is also very important for quality. So we should try to do as good as we can, and we should improve, but we should keep in mind that we have to be consistent. We have to keep that same level every day. That said, quality is extremely important. Mundane mistakes nowadays are not easily tolerated at corporations. Misspellings, lack of attention with numbers and with information. These things are not tolerable anymore. So you have to pay attention. You have to do a good job and be consistent.
6. Expect what is one good method to set ambitious goals with realistic expectation and see it through?
I think that the most important thing is you must know where do you want to arrive at? Where do you want to go? What is your ambition? Do you want to be a director at your company? Do you want to have your own company? How much money do you want to make? And then you should assess your potential. Do you really believe in yourself? Do you really believe you can do this? Do you not believe in yourself because you are lacking education, skills? Is there something you have to work on yourself? Maybe you should work on your discipline, your communication. So first, know where you want to go, and then have a clear plan to arrive there. After you do this, everything will become very clear in terms of expectations. It's just a matter of trajectory. It's just a journey to arrive there. And also remember to enjoy the journey.
7. Settling. Is there a point where I could stop pushing the envelope? Do you always seek for improvements?
We should always try to improve ourselves. We should always try to do things better, find new ways of doing it. But especially at this point in history, things are in constantly transformation. Everything is changing, and at a speed that has never happened before in history. So whatever you're doing at your job today, your occupation, your routine, it's not going to exist before you retire. These things are going to disappear. There are new things coming, new approaches, new technology, but people tend to focus on the technology. It's not only new technologies. The mindset of people are changing. This new generation who is coming, they are coming to transform the way we do things. We should be paying attention. We should be ready to transform ourselves. So no, never settle. Never think that you have arrived at a stage where you can get comfortable. Don't do this.
9. Work harder. Is it a good idea to always put more effort and sacrifice more for our productivity?
Well, yes, I think you should be delivering results. If you work for a company, if you have a boss, he or she is expecting results. If you don't have a boss, if you work for yourself, come on, you should be working for even better results. That is a no-brainer, of course. I don't think that this necessarily means working long hours or putting effort like crazy. You have to be intelligent. You have to be working at a level that makes you functional as delivering results and exceptional in terms of vision, in terms of leadership, in terms of communication, networking. Intelligence is the word.
10. Development. What is the number one priority for your personal development nowadays?
Wow, that's very personal. But I want to be a better father and a better friend.
11. What really matters? What do you think really matters when you reflect on raising the bar for your career?
Many things matter, but I think if you boil down, it all comes to having principles, being ethical, believing in your dreams, being true to yourself, and also having balance in your life.
12. Little adjustments. Can you think of little adjustments that would make your professional life more effective if you take them?
Yeah, I think so. But I have been working on these things. But I think a little more discipline, raising the bar for quality, better communication, more attention to details. But I think these are universal principles that everyone could apply. Everyone could develop small things and reach a much higher level of quality and performance.
13. One day at a time. What is one exceptional thing you could do tomorrow that would make yourself very proud and happy?
Very happy to answer this question. I think that if tomorrow I can get my students to speak freely and then find good opportunities and be very clear about these opportunities and how I plan to work on them, and then do it, work with my students, have balance working with pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary, have the ability to get my feedback across in a very clear way, in a way that will allow my students to really see results, to really feel that tomorrow's class, it's going to make a difference to their English, to incentive, to encourage, to inspire my student to spend more hours dedicating themselves to their English improvement, to help my students believe that they can be fluent. Oh, if I can do this tomorrow, it's going to be a wonderful day.
14. Personal. How do you plan to become a better parent, better sibling, better partner, better human being?
Well, there is always a lot of things for us to be working on ourselves. We can work on being more than having, on being more healthy, more ethical, and have integrity with the people around us, being more transparent, listening more, being more generous, working on our ego. There are a lot of things, but a good start would be being true to yourself.